Thank you, Adrian. Missed a switch on that. Welcome to Sunday NARL Cash Racing. Coming to you from the virtual spa, Frankenstein. I am Mike Brun. I will be in production and also commentating today. This iconic track is going to play host today to race number 8 of the NARL Sunday Cash Racing. 4.3 miles long. Track temperature is 93 degrees today. So good track temperature, but it looks like it's going to be warming up later. Great lineup of racers today. Right now we've got about 25 racers registered. Check that, 28, 32 drivers registered right now. So should be in for some great racing action as we're closing in on the end of open practice right now. Thank you, Adrian, for letting me know I missed a switch. We are all sorted now and should be good to go now. Pretty tight at the top of the board here in practice session. You got top 9 cars all within 1 second right now. And on this big, long track, it definitely is going to lead to some great action. Top 3 guys that have not qualified so far will qualify for our season finale. That has been the plan the entire time so far. We've got a series of, if I remember correctly, 9 races total. And so far, let's look at our results for the guys that have advanced so far. Out of week 1, you got Nicholas Rubillard, Nicholas Mateo, both advancing. Aaron Vasquez, David Bozka, Paulo Gadai in week number 2. Then Sven Haas, Jarno Koch, and Lewis Woods in week 3. Daniel Antonez, Chris Beeks, Jackson Resende in week 4. Then Ricardo Rico, Norbert Leitner, and Scott Kimbrough, week 5. Victor Miranda, Yannick Steinhoff, and Miguel Colon in week 6. And then last week we had Connor Karnick, Scott Reister, and David Schwartz advancing into the season finale. This series, it's all GT3 cars. We're running the fixed iRacing setup with 55% fuel cap, 1 fast repair. And then the season finale information, it's going to be pretty crazy. September 21st. Track has still not been announced yet. But the payouts, we're going to be giving away over $5,200 to the all racers at the end. That season finale, first place will get $2,000, $1,000 for second spot, $500 for third, and then 4th through 10th will get $250 cash. So pretty exciting racing. It's going to come up here pretty soon. These guys have been working, and there's been some impressive racing so far this season. So make sure if you guys want to look out for us, make sure you guys check us out, NorthAmericanRacingLeague.com down there at the bottom. We do have a Thursday night league that we are currently racing. We are in the middle of the season 8, if I remember correctly. So make sure you guys check the website, join our Discord, and get signed up possibly for next season. There is a waiting list, but there's some great racing action Thursday nights with our league. As we're closing in on the end of practice, we're going to get into qualifying here. Fast times on top of the board. Top 9 separated by a half a second right now. All Mustangs. So like last week, we saw a lot of Mustangs running at Belle Isle. And we see a lot of them again this week. So that is the flavor of the month right now on iRacing until they do another update. And then we'll find the next car that everybody seems to like. So it looks like everybody is finished with their runs. Got a couple cars still finishing up some laps. This is an open lobby in iRacing. So it is not a league session. So anybody could actually join and partake in this race, and they could honestly qualify for the season finale just on a whim. So we'll have to see how that goes. So we will wrap this up here, and we will look at just our overall results for practice, just to give us an idea what everybody looks like here. So our fast guy in practice was Jarno Koch with a 2:15.2. Nicholas Rubelar just 68 thousandths of a second behind, and he had Nicholas Mateo in third, Sven Haas in fourth, and Gunn Talisden in the fifth spot. So we got some pretty big heavy hitters today as we're starting to go out and get some practice in, get qualifying. Heavy I-rating guys in this group. Going to lead to some great racing actions here at what such an iconic track that Spa is. The founder of NARL here, Scott Reister, in his traditional Merc. He definitely loves the Mercedes. Ricardo Delgado pulling out a different car. Ricardo typically in the Corvettes lately, running a McLaren today. See how he's able to run with that. Guys, live on time right now here in Vasquez. Sven Hartman. Get here. Watch as the time start coming in. Lap here with Aaron Vasquez. I think he might show us a good way around here. Hard into breaking into the old bus stop here. Up the front straight to get his lap time in. Scoring us on this straight, looks like possibly. We're actually on the clock right now with Aaron through the Rouge. Just a light little lift on it. Up this long uphill back straightaway, or front straightaway, I guess you could call it. A couple gears downshifting in here, getting a whole lot of curb in there. That's the fast way through. Let it hang out just a little bit. Long turn here, the right hander. Oh, a little wiggle from Aaron. some times up on the board now. We got Nicholas Mateo with a 2:15.4. Sven Haas was able to get up into 15.4s as well. Scott Reister is the first non-Mustang in the 6th spot right now. Preston Ulrich sitting in that 8th spot right now. 2:17.09 his first time by. We got Yarno with a purple sector too. Here it looks like. Just a tiny little lift in there. Hard under brakes into the bus stop chicane. Rublar with a sector 3 purple. Yarno top of the board, 25.1. Then Nicholas Rublar comes by as well with a 25.1 as well. Tight racing up at the top of the board. Top 6 separated by 0.6 of a second right now. Sven taking a really deep line out of the bus stop to get all the extra run he can get to get on the straightaway here. Thanks, Rookie. I appreciate that. Missed a little short-handed here today, so trying to get a couple things sorted out. We are in qualifying right now. Hope that sounds a little bit better, Rookie. I do appreciate that feedback. And Sven, not too happy with that lap. Just going full send there and going to cancel that lap out. Jump back to a couple guys still going around. This is Lewis Woods here. Thanks, Ricky. Appreciate that. Doing my best as a flying solo here. Sometimes it's a little difficult to do both, but I am here for you guys. Let you guys see this fantastic racing action that we have today. Qualifying starting to wind down as these guys only get 10 minutes. Should be on their last lap right here. Rublar with a purple sector 2, but orange in sectors 1 and 3, so may not improve too much. Let's see what Woods here comes by on his final lap. And Lewis Woods up into the 7th spot now. Anthony Wayan comes by the stripe up into the 14th spot for Anthony. Good spot for him. Lucas Souza up into the 10th spot. Everybody finishing up their last laps here. And that will conclude qualifying now. That wraps it up. So once we get everything sorted here, we will look at our results for qualifying. Let's see if we get the grid to pull up. There we go. Sitting on the pole for this race will be Nicholas Rubelar with a 2:15.1. Starting right next to him will be Jarno Cook with a just 26 thousandths of a second behind him. Nicholas Mateo will be in the third spot. Then you got Gun Tastelin in the fourth spot. First time seeing Gun here with us as well. Should be some exciting racing up front. In the third row, you got Sven Haas and Jackson Resende right next to him in the sixth spot. Then Yannick Steinhoff in seventh. Lewis Woods rounding out your fourth row. Fifth row is going to be Thorsten Ulrich with Scott Reister right next to him. Lucas Souza will be starting on the inside of row number 6. Miguel Colon will be starting outside of him. Then in the next row, you got Aaron Vasquez. Tough qualifying for him, seeing him back in the 13th spot. Sven Hartman will be in the 14th spot. Miguel Rivas will be in 15th. Anthony Wayan, 16th. Ricardo Delgado in 17th. Dante Ola in the 18th spot. Vitas Bever in 19th. Ryan Passage in the 20th spot. Scott Douglas, 21st. Kurt Moss, 22nd. Joshua Benjamin, 23rd. Chow Trin in the 24th spot. And then after that, you've got Russell Harrell in 25th. Billy Sigmund in 26th. Craig Jensen in 27th. Mark Bolle in 28th. And then you've got a couple guys that did not qualify. Andre Martin, Scotty, and Cameron did not qualify. I'm not sure if they will join us or not, as we are getting things set up for our start here. Everybody getting gridded up. Coming into Blanchimont, I believe this is where everybody gets gridded up. Everybody coming out and going. Should be some great racing action for these guys today. Track temp's still about 82 degrees, so it should be pretty good for us today. Might warm up a little bit, but we shall see how it turns out. Coming out of the last section of Blanchimont, coming up towards the bus stop chicane. Front 7 spots, all Mustangs. Oh, a couple cars getting tangled up back there while they were trying to warm up their tires. Looks like Jackson Resende getting the short end of that stick. And here they come down the pit straight for the first time by. Teams lining up. The two Drago cars tacking in together. Oh, look at this 3 Wild coming into turn 1. Oh. And Thorsten Ulrich goes full send on the inside. Up into the 3rd spot to split those team cars up. So Ulrich with a just crazy first turn move as we're coming up into Eau Rouge for the first time. Nicholas out in front. Rubelar and Mateo nose to tail. We'll have to go back into that turn 1 and see what happened there once we get everything kind of sorted out here. You've got Rublar out in front, Mateo in second, Ulrich in third, Koch in fourth, then Aaron Vasquez in fifth. Gun Tastelin in the sixth spot. You got 3 Grid and Go cars right nose to tail. Then you got the Aerokinetics car of Lucas Souza in seventh. Scott Reister with the crash, jumping into the pits. Not sure what happened to Scott. We'll have to go back and check that out. Right behind Lucas is Lewis Woods. And Yannick Steinhoff in the 9th spot. So kind of a 9-car breakaway right now for these guys. Back up front for these guys. Let's go see what happened to Scott Reister here. Let's see, I have to back it up a little bit farther here. Scott just getting a little bit of curb there, getting into the wall and getting spun out. And then we also had another crash from Scott Douglas. Not sure if that was net code or what. Let's try looking at a different view here. Go back to this and see. That little sideways there, got one on the inside, and I think he just started turning out and got into it. So I'm not quite too sure what's going on there, but we'll go back to live racing action here. Front of the pack is nose to tail right now. Let's see if we can go back and take a look at Thorsten Ulrich making that move. Let's take a look at lap 1, turn 1 with Thorsten Ulrich here. Tucked in down the straightaway. Gets a good draft up here. Makes a slingshot move. Goes super late on brakes. Oh, the two grid goes get touched together. Thorsten just making a full send on it. Watch up above here. A little bit of a surprise there from that move. That was way deep. And then let's go back and see what happened to Jackson. I don't know that I'm going to be able to see that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to see that here. So tough break for Jackson. Getting tied up with that. Back up front. We got Nicholas Rubilar and Nicholas Mateo going at it. Moss. Let's see what happened here. Ooh, coming out of the bus stop, gets up on the curbing, spins out. Didn't do any damage, thankfully. Able to get back in the run. Two team cars, nose to tail. These guys are tucked in tight. We got Thorsten Ulrich coming on to that third spot right now. Everybody's starting to get spread out just a little bit. 4th spot, we got Aaron Vasquez. Ooh, wiggle back there from Gunn. Getting a little bit too much dirt back there. Unable to bring it back in. Yarno in the 5th spot right now. 6th spot right now is Gunn Tastelin. Lewis Woods up into the 7th spot. Yannick Steinhoff in 8th. And you got Lucas Souza in the 9th spot. Miguel Colon in 10th. We'll finish through the running order right here. Let's just see everybody. Sven Hartman in the 11th spot. The first BMW in the field. Right behind him is Miguel Rivas in the first McLaren. And we got Anthony Wayand in the 13th spot, battling there with Miguel. 14th spot is Joshua Benjamin. 15th is the Porsche of Dante Aldala. Dante trying to get a good run up the straight here. Up the Kemmel straight, gets a good draft, not enough to get a pass. Then you've got Ryan Passage in the 16th spot. In 17th, we've got Andre Villa. Right behind him is that orange and black McLaren of Chao Trin. Russell Harrell running another Mercedes out there in the 19th spot. In 20th, you got Billy Sigmund. In 21st, we got Craig Jensen. 22nd, we got Kurt Moss. Kurt with a little incident earlier, trying to do a little bit of a recovery drive here. Mark Bole in the 23rd spot. Ricardo Delgado having a rough race right now, back in 24th. And then you've got Resende and Reister in the pits and out of the race. Did have an incident with Scott Douglas again. Let's see what happened to Scott. Martin Del Rouge. And looks like he just parked it and decided to tow it back. Mateo doing a little bump drafting up the Kemmel straight. Open it up to a almost 3.5 second advantage on Thorsten Ulrich. Give you guys a little bit of an idea of the caliber of racers that are here today. Here is their I rating that we currently have. Nicholas Rubelar, just over 10,000 I rating. Nicholas Mateo, over 11,000 I rating. Thorsten Ulrich, 6.8. Aaron Vasquez, 13,000 I rating. Jarno Kachmade, 10,000. And Gunn with 10,000. So, crazy I rating with these guys. Going to be some very interesting racing going on. Long way to go yet. Just barely 11 minutes into the race in this hour and 20-minute long race. No real changes in the top of the board. Everybody is pretty nose to stern right now. battle really is back here. I think the top two are going to stay tucked in like that. We'll be able to get these guys to team up and try to get a little closer. See if Thurston's gonna, or Aaron's gonna team up with Thurston here as they come up through El Rouge. Behind him, it looks like he is gonna team up with him. Some bump drafting coming up in here. They are trying to work together somewhat. Trying to close that gap. 3.5 seconds right now. Don't know if having the Ferrari in the front is the best option. It seems like the Mustang might be the faster car out here. Top 6 a real 2x2 right now. Leaders right here, Rublar and Mateo, and then you've got Thurston and Aaron, and then Yarno and Gunn in the 5th and 6th spot. And you can even go back to 7th and 8th with Yannick Steinhoff and Lewis Woods pretty close as well. It'll be interesting to see where the first wave of pit stops come through. %55 fuel with these guys. With this big, long, heavy straightaway, you're on full throttle for so long. See what fuel mileage looks like for these guys. El Rouge they come. Top 2 still nose to tail. Mateo really pushing up, giving that bump draft on Rublar. Looks like Aaron Vasquez getting by Thorsten. Let's see what happened here at the top of this Kemmel Straight. And getting a good swing out and gets out in front now. So we'll have to see if Thurston can tuck in behind Aaron Vasquez. Maybe get some good draft off of him and help tow him towards the front. That gap between 2nd and 3rd now up to 5 seconds. So Vasquez thought it was time to get going. He is going to try to work his way back closer to these guys. Aaron Vasquez up 10 spots from qualifying. Had a rough qualifying, worked his way up, and is up 10 places. You got Thorsten up 5 as well. So that's some big jumps right there from those guys. So they come into the bus stop. Lewis Woods, first car in for a pit stop at 16 minutes. Thorsten Ulrichs goes back on the inside. These guys battling out. It's just going to separate them from the leaders now. 6.5 seconds back. And it's bringing the other Grid and Go guys closer in. Aaron Vasquez trying to make that outside move up the Kemmel Straight. Hard into braking. Thorsten tucks back into the 4th spot. But now you got Jarno and Gunn right there with them. But Lewis Woods coming in early for a pit stop. That was quite early. I wonder if I don't know that Lewis had any damage. Let's see if we can see anything here. I think he just was running by himself. Did not see any major damage on his car. Yeah, the car doesn't look like it has any. No real damage to it. Looks like he may have had a little bit of right front damage, but not quite sure. But that was a pretty early stop for him. There's a 5-pack of cars. Oh, and here comes Jarno Koch on the inside coming into the bus stop. Gunn's going to try to make a move as well. Going to maybe leave Thorsten out to dry here. And here comes Gunn down into turn 1. Now you got the Grid and Go guys all lined up. Thorsten's going to tuck in behind Gunn now, dropping back into that 6th spot. Looks like Ricardo Delgado having a crash. Let's go see what happened to Ricardo. And it looks like he just decided to pull it off. That was coming into Puwan area there and just decided to pull out of there. Cologne and Thorsten going at it for that 6th and 7th spot. Now that we've got all those teammates lined astern here with the Grid and Go guys, I'll have to see if Aaron can work his way back up. He's 8.7 seconds behind those top 2 cars of Nicholas Rubelar and Nicholas Mateo. These guys have been nose to tail from the beginning. Stick with these guys coming up through Blanchimont and into the bus stop area here. See if these guys will cut in. We're at 20 minutes down. And they will continue. Looks like all the Grid and Go guys are jumping into the pits right now, so all 3 of them are nose to tail. If there was any damage from that early turn 1 incident, this is where those guys can get that fixed. Aaron having to pit way farther back than his teammates. Those guys getting tires as well. Guessing these guys are going to be coming in next time by, Rubelar and Mateo. Thorsten Ulrich now in the third spot. Yannick Steinhoff right behind him. Miguel Colon up into the fifth spot now with the lead, some of the leaders starting to pit. If our leaders will come in the pits this time by, as they should be coming through Blanchimont now. Into the bus stop chicane. They will continue. Early third place, fourth and fifth place car out of the pits. They are back in the 17th spot, having to work through some not lap traffic, but some traffic now. The early stop may have not been the best thought, but we'll have to see what timing looks like as they move on into the race. Looks like we had another wreck here. Looks like Ryan Passage having an issue here. Let's see what happened to Ryan coming through the bus stop. Nope, just jumping into pit lane there. A lot of action going on right now with people starting to come into pits. Everybody's cycling through. Switch the lead car here with the team. Put Yarno out in front. What guys can do now as they team up. Rubelar and Mateo still nose to tail out in front. Still have not stopped. Yannick Steinhoff has not stopped as well. Top 12 have not stopped yet. Yeah, I saw that, Ricardo. Tough break for you. Ulrich pit. Thorsten Ulrich pit on the last lap. That's why you jump back down into the 14th spot. So top two will continue on for another lap as we're coming up on 25 minutes down. Starting to come up on some lap traffic now. Other cars jumping into the pits right now. Tough one for you, Ricardo. Had some great runs on Sundays. And we'll have to see you Thursday night. come back to NARL GT3 action. Jump back to some other racing action here. We've got Anthony Wayand and Miguel Rivas going at it with the two McLarens. Neither one of these guys have stopped yet. Your top 11 cars have not made a pit stop yet. Looks like your leader's coming into the chicane here. See if they decide to jump in yet or not. And they do. Your lead two are coming in the pits right now. Nicholas Rublar and Nicholas Mateo. These guys have been nose to tail since the beginning of the race. Yannick Steinhoff jumping in the pits now as well. Then you got a little bit of gap back to Miguel Colon in the Merc. He's going to be jumping in as well. Everybody going to be jumping in the pits now. Here they all come. Anthony Wayand comes in. Rivas comes in. Avila comes in. Here comes Joshua Benjamin with Andre Villia right behind him. They all both come into the pits. Lewis Woods coming up. He was the first one to come in for a pit stop. See where the Drago boys are, just coming out of the pits. Lewis Woods now up into the third spot. So that early stop did definitely pay off for Lewis. Made a nice quick stop and was able to jump up top here. Let's take a look at pit stops with these guys. See if I can pull that up here. Pit lane time. Woods with definitely the quickest stop, 15.4. I'm guessing Nicholas went with that thing swinging out there. I'm guessing he definitely went with just fuel only to get back up there. So we'll have to see if that pays off for him. If he's able to work his way back in with some more tires. So we'll go through running order after it looks like everybody has come in for a stop. You got Nicholas Mateo out in front. His teammate right behind him, and Nicholas Rublar. This is the farthest they've been apart this entire time. That's saying something, as they're about 7/10 of a second back. In the third spot, Lewis Wood, just talking about him with his early pit stop. He pit way earlier than the rest of the field and seemed to have worked out for him. And you got Thorsten Ulrich. Thorsten made a pretty daring move into turn one on lap one. And he is up into the fourth spot, sandwiched between some Mustangs. And then he's got Jarno Koch right behind him with Aaron Vasquez in the sixth spot. So those grid and go guys all tucked in together. Gun Tastelin in the seventh spot, trying to get back into contact with his teammates. In the eighth spot, you got Yannick Steinhoff. Miguel Colon sitting in the ninth spot. Good run for Miguel so far. Lucas Souza hanging out in that 10th spot, with Sven Hartman in the 11th spot. We got Anthony Wayand in 12th. Good showing so far from Anthony. Miguel Rivas in the 13th spot. Dante Avila in 14th. Ryan Passage, rounding out your top 15. Joshua Benjamin in the 16th spot. Then we got about 4 seconds back to Russell Harrell in the 17th spots. Andre Velia in the 18th spots. 19th is Craig Jeston. Kurt Moss not too far back in that 20th spot. Billy Sigmund in 21st. 22nd is Mark Bole. And Chao Tren in 23rd. Cameron Breaux in 26 right now, joining us a little late. And then it looks like everybody else is off the track. Looks like we had a pass for that 4th and 5th spot a lap ago. Let's see what happened here with Yarno coming up as these guys go past Thorsten, the teammates. Yarno and Aaron just drafting along, and they both go by Thorsten Ulrich. You got Lewis Woods still in that 3rd spot. And then you got some guys hot on his heels right now. Yarno Koch in the 4th spot. They've already opened up a 2.5 gap on Thorsten Ulrich once they got by him last lap. Fast laps right now are for those top 2. 7s for those guys, but Yarno and Aaron with 14s as well. 14.8s. We had a good battle back here in the 10th spot. Sven Hartman and Lucas Souza going at it. Sven getting a run through Blanchimont, coming into the bus stop around the outside. Lucas not giving that up, fighting him through there. And Lucas Souza able to hang on to that 10th spot. Again, this is North American Racing League Sunday Cash Racing. This is week number 7, or excuse me, week number 8. Top 3 non-bump guys will get qualified for our season finale. Here are the guys that currently have advanced into our season finale on September 21st. So those 2 guys out in front, Rubilar and Mateo, have already qualified. Then you got Aaron Vasquez, David Bozga, Paulo Gadai, Sven Haas, Yarno Koch, Lewis Woods, Daniel Antonez, Chris Beats, Jackson Resende, Ricardo Rico, and then Norbert Leitner, Scott Kimbrough, Victor Miranda, Yannick Steinhoff, Miguel Colon, Connor Karnick, Scott Reister, and David Schwartz have all qualified for our season finale race. We'll have to start looking at who has not qualified yet here soon, and see if we can work out to see where these battles are going to be to make it into the season finale. Again, that's going to be September 21st. Track has not been announced yet. That is going to be a racer's choice, so we're going to have to see what these guys decide. This week we're at Spa-Francorchamps. We're going to be running at Phillip Island. It's our next race on 8/17. So in 2 weeks, we'll be running at Phillip Island. One of my favorite tracks as well. Looks like Andre Velila having a problem. Let's see what happened to Andre here. Bus stop, going into the pits. That's one issue with the Spa. When guys go into the pits, we see an alert that they crashed. When they're just sliding into the pits here, so close battles up front. These guys are just going to be running nose to tail, these teammates. Let's jump back and see what's going on here with Joshua Benjamin and Russell Harrell. Russell kind of sliding out, trying to get a little look there. Everybody else pretty spread out right now. Your top two, nose to tail, those are your teammates. And then Yarno and Aaron, teammates as well. Might start seeing a battle here with Thorsten and Gunn. Let's see if Gunn Tastelin can make a run up the Kemmel straight here. 4/10 back. Thorsten here, we'll get back to Gunn here. Not able to make a move on him. And looks like as soon as we jumped away, Russell got by Joshua. Let's see what happened here coming into the bus stop. Harrell making a good inside move here. Josh just lets him go by. So Russell Hare up into the 16th spot now. Looking at our advancers for the next round, and we're looking at the list here. Mateo, Rubilar, Woods, Cook, and Vasquez have already advanced. This will be your first guy trying to advance to the finale, Thorsten Ulrich. And then Gunn Tastelin would be the second car to make the advance into the finale. Through the list here, and then I think Lucas Souza would be your third car. So right now we've got Thorsten, Gunn, and Lucas as your advancers into the final round. Big cash payout for that final round, $5,200 given away, $2,000 to win. So that is going to be an amazing event, watching those guys go at it. Back up front, Mateo now leading the group. Rubilar tucked in that second spot. Got a good battle back here with Kurt and Craig going at it into the bus stop. Kurt Moss on that outside line. Oh, looks like he may have got a little bump there. Let's take a look at that again and see what happened here. Coming to that second part, and yep, got a little bit of a love tap from the Mustang, spinning him out. Go back into live action here with Kurtz. Trying to do a little bit more recovery drive here. Had a mistake earlier. Looks like Yarno and Aaron have caught Lewis Woods. See what these guys do. Lewis here coming into the bus stop. Everybody hard under braking. Close there with Aaron getting into the back of Yarno a bit. Let's see what these guys can do coming up. Straight here. Yarno tucked in behind us. We got a little gap back to Aaron. Yarno making that inside move here. And is able to make the pass. Lewis getting really close to the backside of Yarno. Oh, and Gunn. We lost Aaron Vasquez. He must have disconnected or something. Not sure what the heck happened. Coming out of the second part of this here. And completely disconnected. Tough break for Aaron. Not quite sure what happened to him. So now you've got Yarno trying to reel those top two back in by himself. Jump back to another battle here. Looks like Miguel Rivas closing in on Anthony Wayan. Good battle back here with Craig Jensen and Billy Sigmund going at it around Poulan. Billy tucked in behind Craig right now. Looks on that inside, couldn't quite get the deal done on him. Oh, still looking on the inside. Gets a good run out of that second part. Taps the brakes just a little bit to stay clean. And decides to check back up and tuck in behind Craig. So Billy Sigmund probably making a wise choice to get a little bit of draft here. And maybe pull him coming in to the bus stop. Let's see what he can do from here. Still about 2/10 back. And not quite close enough. Getting close again to Anthony. Was able to make some moves up that straightaway, but just not able to get close enough. Might be looking to see Lewis Woods pit here pretty soon. Guys pit lap here. Yeah, Lewis pitting on lap 7. And Yarno and Gunn both pitting on lap 9. So Lewis a little bit earlier than these guys. See what their pit lane time was when they were in there. As just right on cue, Lewis was in for a stop. guessing he's going to be going full tires as well on this one. Yep, car goes up on jacks, gets those tires up. And we'll see where that puts him at the end after that. Mateo and Rubelar, the little bump draft going on, up, Kemmel straight. And you see just in the back there, you've got Jarno running by himself right now. Kind of on his own island. Gunn able to get up into the 4 spot now. Gunn able to get by Thorsten Ulrich a little bit ago. Lewis Woods back out on the track, trying to build up a little bit of heat in those tires. Back in that 10th spot. So Jarno, last time Jarno pit 2 laps after Lewis. So we'll have to see if that form holds true here. Just over 30 minutes still left to go. Got about 32 minutes left in the race. That's going to be tough for Lewis Woods to make it the rest of the way without stopping again. Most of these guys are going just right about 30 minutes. What up, Challenger? How you doing, my friend? Thorsten Ulrich's really starting to close in on Gunn a little bit here. I think Thorsten's just trying to hang on to that back wing of Gunn's car, help tow him along, keep him towards the front. Closing in quite a bit, but I think he is pretty settled to be tucked in behind that big old Mustang. Getting a little slipstream from him. Everybody else pretty spread out. No big battles going on. So again, we'll look at our qualifiers for season finale race. Right now, Gunn Tastelin will be our, if the race ended right now, he would be our first one to advance. And then you would have Thorsten Ulrich. And then we still have Lucas Souza still hanging on to that final transfer position. Sven Hartman right behind him, though. So that's a battle for that third transfer position into the season finale race. We'll have to definitely keep an eye on that battle there. And see if one of those guys can qualify for that $5,200 season finale cash race. Jarno coming in for a stop right on cue, 2 laps after Lewis. And here comes Gunn as well. This should be their final stop with about 30 minutes left to go. That's going to put Thorsten Ulrich up into 3rd, Yannick Steinhoff in 4th. crash here. Let's see what happened to Cameron. Oh, just spinning out after turn 1. I think we have all done that before. Let's see that again. Just getting on the throttle a little too hot. And decided to call it a race after that. Track temp still pretty nice, a little 77 degrees right now, so track is starting to come down in temperature so that it would definitely keep the traction up. I've seen track temps a lot higher here, so it is definitely good to see it staying down low like that. Don't forget to check us out, NorthAmericanRacingLeague.com. There you can find out information about our GT3 league that runs on Thursday nights. That is broadcast by Pit Stop TV. Andrew and his team does a fantastic job for our Thursday night league. Every once in a while they fill in for me here. But we do race Thursday nights. Practice starts about 7:30 Eastern. I think the broadcast starts about 8:30 Eastern. You'd have to check our website, double check that. And then also make sure you guys join the Discord. Get on the waiting list for next season. And hope to join us sometime. As you see, Yannick Steinhoff coming in for a stop. Your 4th place car jumping in the pits. Here's your leader's nose to tail coming up, a Rouge. Sparks are flying with them Mustangs dragging them through there. Looks like Rubillard now taking over the top spot. Mateo going on the inside. These guys going to start battling it out now. Right now they have a 16-second gap back to Thorsten Ulrich. Coming out right behind Lewis Woods. Starting to come in the pits as well. Guessing our leaders are probably not too far off of jumping in the pits. The lead that they have right now, they can honestly come into any time. Clean got a good gap back to Miguel Colon in the 4th spot. So if they come in right now, they'll probably come out just behind Thorsten. But they would still be net lead as Thorsten has not stopped yet. But the top 2 are just going to keep on going. Mateo and Rubillard, they've been out in front this entire time from the start. Let's go back and see if we can see this start. Start here from Gunn. He was looks like coming through down the front straightaway for these guys. This was our start, first turn, first lap, and you see Thorsten Ulrich just making a dive bomb move to get up into that 3rd spot. Pretty chaotic turn 1, but they were able to set it up once they got up into El Rouge. Good go guys were able to tuck in there in line. Little argy-bargy there, but they were able to keep on going. Back to live racing action with our top two still out in front. Mateo and Rubilar. Yeah, I would say so, Finesse. These guys have not been separated by more than half a second pretty much this entire time. Definitely the class of the field today. We'll stick with these guys around Blanchimont. They come in the pits. You got Russell Harrell jumping into the pits now. Coming out of the pits, Craig Jessen in and out of the pits here. And there comes, oh, they're splitting them off. Mateo going in the pits. Rubilar will continue. I think this is going to be like Papaya Rules in F1. They've got a big enough lead right now. Now it's their turn to battle it out and see who can bring home the win. Don't forget, top 3 positions all get $100 cash. Top 10 will get $15 iRacing credit. See who will come out on top. Lucas Souza jumping in for his final pit stop. He's bringing Sven Hartman with him. Anthony Wayan in for a stop as well. So this is going to be our last pit stop for these guys. Mateo able to get in and out of the pits. 32 seconds behind his teammate. So we'll have to see when Rubilar decides to come in. Rubilar coming through the bus stop right now. See if he decides to come in for a stop, and he does. Nicholas Rubilar, your leader, coming in for his final pit stop. Mateo, let's see where he is at coming through Blanchimont now. Rubilar taking fuel only. No tires for him. As you can see it, not up on the jacks. Here comes Mateo out of the bus stop. Rubilar coming out now. There's his teammate coming into turn 1. This is going to be close coming out. Rubilar's going to have the warm tire still that did not change tire, so he will hang on to that lead. Mateo will reside in second. Jarno Koch in the 3rd spot now. Yannick Steinhoff in 4th. And you got a pretty good battle back here for 5th and 6th. Lewis Woods and Thorsten Ulrich. Lewis Woods sliding out of the way for Thurston. Ulrich up into the 5th spot now. Like Mateo's starting to reel in, or excuse me, yeah, Mateo's starting to reel in Rubelar. Still tucked in behind Thorsten. I think he may have just let him go by. Thorsten might be a little bit quicker, just hoping he could pull Lewis along. Lewis closing in big time coming out of Blanchemont there. Backs up coming in to the bus stop. Gunn Tastelin in the 7th spot right behind them. Now we've got about 17 minutes left in the race for the eligibility for your season finale race. Thorsten Ulrich is your front car for that final transfer, or that first transfer position. Remember, your first top 3 non-bump guys will be bumping into the finale. So out front right now, we've got the 2 Nicholases, Rubelar and Mateo. They both qualified the first week out. A fantastic race that was going on at Road Atlanta. That'd be a good race to go back and watch if you jump on our YouTube channel. At the last couple laps were just amazing with those guys. And then you got Jarno Koch, who also qualified in week 3. Yannick Steinhoff qualified a couple weeks ago. So Thorsten's going to be your first one that has not qualified yet, so he's looking to make it into that season finale $5,200 cash race on September 21st. Lewis Woods already qualified, but Gunn has not. This is the first time we've seen Gunn Tastelin running with us. So he is in that 2nd transfer position right now. Miguel Colon qualified a couple weeks ago. So Lucas Souza hanging on to that final transfer position. He is your 3rd transfer right now. He's pretty much on an island right now. He's about 10 seconds behind Miguel. And 8 seconds behind him is Anthony. Anthony would be the 4th car in line. So if something happens with Lucas, Anthony would advance into that season finale. And he's really progressed quite a bit since he started running with the North American Racing League guys. Done a great job getting a handle on the car. Back up to about your 6th and 7th place guys. You got Gunn Tastelin closing in on Lewis Woods. About 15 minutes still left on the clock. Top 2 guys still nose to tail. I think when we get down to the last couple laps, we might see these guys go at it. But as of right now, they're pretty nose to tail. But it did look like that Mateo did get by Rubelar coming up the Kemmel Straight possibly. Oh, side by side. They are going at it and having some fun. Like I said, this looks like it might be papaya rules for these guys. Is keep it clean, but have a good battle once they got that advantage. And then Gunn trying to get by Lewis Woods. Lewis slides out of the way to let him go by. Looks like Lewis just kind of conceding to a couple of these guys. Might be a little bit quicker than him. Oh, Sven Hartman getting by Anthony Wayan. That's a good battle back here. Coming up Blanchimont. Sven tucked in behind Anthony. Getting a good slingshot up into the top of the hill here. And Anthony tucks in behind. At the two Nicholas's nose to tail. Rouge. Put up on some lap traffic ahead of him. Rublar tucked in tight and decides to kind of wait. Ooh, really close there. And Kurt doing the wise thing. Good move from Kurt Moss there to slide out of the way. Again, the caliber of racers that we have here today. There's our I rating. So you've got you got Nicholas Mateo with 11,000 I rating out in front. Rublar with 10.1. And then Yarno also with 10K. Yannick Steinhoff with 7.4. Thurston Ulrich 6.8. And Gunn Tastelin with a 10.2. Lewis Woods 9.2. So those top 7 cars all, above pretty much 7K. Thurston Ulrich 6.8. So pretty impressive group of racers we've got today. And this is just going to lead to that season finale with these guys. That should be some epic racing with those guys. Last track for the season finale has not been announced yet. It was going to be driver's pick. So we'll have to see what those guys pick for that last race. Tastelin tucking in behind Ulrich. Coming in into the bus stop here. They do have a lap car ahead of them. Gunn looking around that outside and is able to slingshot around Thurston. So Gunn up into the 5th spot. Ulrich dropping back to 6th. To our top 2 guys there. Probably the closest battle if these guys are going to start duking it out here with about 10 minutes to go. Kind of jumping back and forth between them and Gunn and Thorsten. Those are our 2 closest battles on the track. Everything else is kind of over a second. See if Thorsten's looking to make a move or he's just going to concede and tuck in behind Gunn here. It looks like he's just going to sit back there. Bump draft as much as he can to get pulled back up towards the front. Rublar Mateo still nose to tail coming up on Craig Jessen. Got less than 10 minutes to go for these guys. Again, this is our closest battle that we have up front here. Has still been nose to tail. These guys have been nose to tail pretty much the entire time. Yeah, finesse. These guys are wicked. That season finale race is going to be awesome. Again, September 21st. Rublar looking for the inside, couldn't quite get it done. I sadly will be not here to watch that season finale race. I will be in Nicholas Rublar's area of the world. I will be in Chile announcing an RC car race. So that will be pretty awesome on my part personally. Looking forward to having some fun down in South America. Looks like Gunn Tastelin getting by Thorsten Ulrich. Guys have been going back and forth. Oh, this was the pass we watched earlier. That. We'll go back up front for these guys as we've got about 7 minutes still left to go. This is our closest battle on the track right now. Again, your top 3 non-bump guys will be going into that season finale. So right now, your top 2 guys, Rublar and Mateo, have already advanced. Then you also have Jarno Koch has also advanced. Yannick has also advanced. Gunn will be your first car that has not advanced yet. So Gunn Tastelin looking to hang on and advance to that season finale race. Right now, you've also got Thorsten Ulrich, who has not advanced either. So he is in that second spot to transfer to that season finale. And then next in line in the third spot right now is Lucas Souza. Sven Hartman about 5 seconds back. So Lucas just trying to hang on and make it into that season finale race. Mateo and Rublar side by side again at the end of the back straightaway. Oh, what a battle of these guys going at it. Going side by side, blocking each other. Mateo right tucked in behind Rublar. Got some lap traffic ahead of him. Could lead to some interesting passing. Mateo still trying to get a good run on him, but we still have about 5 minutes left to go. Again, we got some lap traffic right in front of Rublar. Billy Sigmund slides out of the way, lets these guys take on that battle. Mateo all over that back bumper of Rublar coming into the bus stop. Trying to make a pass on that outside. Here they come through the bus stop chicane. Mateo taking over the lead. Rublar tucks back into second. Rublar making a dive bomb move into the turn 1. Mateo looks on that inside. These guys are going at it here at the end. Up into Rouge. These guys are having a blast. You got Rublar starting to draft. Oh, he has to check up just a bit so he didn't get tangled in with his teammate. Hard under braking they come. Rubelar around the outside. Takes over that top spot. Oh, they tangle up again. Rubelar gets pushed out into the sand. Mateo out in front again. Rubelar in second. Again, this is your top battle up here. Everybody else spread out by at least 3 seconds, so this is a good spot here. Watch these guys battle it out for the last 3 minutes. Rubelar out in front. Mateo sitting right behind him. Mateo. Is he going to make a pass coming up to the bus stop chicane here? Lift just a little bit through there. And he checks up as they come into the bus stop for one more time. Two minutes left to go. So this should be their white flag. Yep, white flag is flying back there. So we'll stick with your top two here on the last lap. These guys are going to go at it. Mateo tucked in behind Rubelar. See if he can get a good draft on him coming up the hill. These guys are going to go at it here on this last lap. Mateo looking on the inside, hard under braking coming in. Mateo out in front now. Rubelar sliding around, trying to go back inside. High-low move for him. Here comes Rubelar again. Coming out on the inside. They are going at it. Here they come hard under braking here. Rubelar on the inside. Door handle to door handle. Mateo now out in front. Rubelar has to check up because that turn is tricky. Can't do that one side by side. Here they come into Puan. Rubelar may be setting him up for the bus stop. He may wait all the way until the bus stop. Let's see what happens here. We got Rubelar out in, Mateo out in front. Rubelar in second. Here they come around one final time. Oh, Rubelar's dropping back quite a bit here. Don't know if he's going to have enough time to close that gap. Here they come through Blanchimont one final time. Starting to close in. Is he going to be close enough to make a final ditch move? And does not look like it. Here they come through the bus stop one final time. You're going to have Nicholas Mateo taking the win in week number 8. Nicholas Rubelar coming home in second. And then your third place car is Jarno Koch coming across the stripe now. Yannick Steinhoff will bring it home in the 4th spot. Gun Tastelin will be your first advancer into the season finale. Joining him in the season finale will be Thorsten Ulrich. Then you see Lewis Wood swiggling it out of the bus stop there, finishing in that 7th spot. Miguel Colon coming through the bus stop one final time. Will bring it home in the 8th spot. Ninth spot. And right now hanging on to that final transfer position into the season finale race. Lucas Souza trying to make it through the bus stop one more time, and he will advance. So Souza making it into the season finale race. Good run for Lucas. Sven Hartman coming home in the 10th spot. Anthony Wayand coming home in 11th. Good run from Anthony. Miguel Rivas coming up straight now, coming home in 12th. Dante Oliva bringing it home in 13th in the only Porsche out there. Ryan Passage coming home in the 14th spot. Russell Harrell coming through the final chicane one more time. Brings it home in 15th. And then our last car on the lead lap, Joshua Benjamin, bringing it home in 16th. Good run from those guys. And let's take a look at our race results here. Final results for today's race. You got Nicholas Rubelar taking the win. Nicholas Mateo taking the win. Nicholas Rubelar finishing in second. Jarno Cook finishing in third. Yannick Steinhoff in fourth. Then you got Gunn Tastelin finishing in that 5th spot. Gunn being that first car to bump up into the season finale race. Thorsten Ulrich finishing in 6th will also join him in that season finale. Lewis Woods bringing it home in the 7th spot. Miguel Colon in 8th. Lucas Souza finally bringing it up into the season finale. He is your final transfer position, finishing in the 9th spot. Then you got Sven Hartman finishing in 10th. Anthony Wayand in 11th. Miguel Rivas in 12th. Dante Alvala in 13th. Ryan Passage in 14th. Russell Harrell finishing in that 15th spot. Joshua Benjamin finishing in 16th. 17th spot goes to Billy Sigmund. 18th spot goes to Craig Jessen. Kurt Moss in 19th. Mark Boley in the 20th spot. Then you got Chao Trin finishing in 21st. Aaron Vasquez with a really odd disconnect. Something very strange happened to him, who will finish in 22nd. Andre Velia in 23rd. Cameron Bardo in 24th. Ricardo Delgado, rough race for him, finishing in 25th. Scott Douglas, 26th. Vitas Bever in 27th. Scott Reister with a rough race. Coming home in 28th. Jackson Resende with a really odd thing happening on the start. Come home in 29th. And Sven Haas, I believe he was tangled in with Jackson as well. So great racing from these guys today. We've got some more racing action coming up in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we will be running at Phillip Island. Should be some good race action from these guys in 2 weeks. I hope to see you guys again when we go on Phillip Island on August 17th. After that, August 31st, we'll be running at Daytona. Suzuka will be the last race before qualifying for that finale. So it's going to be some great racing action coming up here with North American Racing League. I am Mike Braun joining you today, and we look forward to seeing you next time here on North American Racing League.